Good evening, and thanks for joining us. Let's get you caught up on tonight's biggest stories.
This is the evening news on ABC13.
And we begin with a breaking update here. An Amber Alert issued after a woman appeared to be forced into a car by an unknown man in Southeast Houston has been canceled.
Yeah, police are now saying that the incident was the result of a domestic disturbance. Officials just tweeted that the man driving the vehicle at the center of a possible kidnapping came forward and said that he'd been arguing with his girlfriend when he drove away with her. Police later spoke with the woman, who's in her early 20s. She confirmed the same version of events. So again, that Amber Alert has been canceled. Now to the teenage girl who is fighting for her life tonight. 13-year-old London Banks was hit by a car in North Harris County, throwing her 40 feet.
I will tell him to repent, turn himself in, and just make it right.
That is the message London's grandmother has for the person who hit her on Ella Boulevard near Willow Timber Drive last night. London and her 14-year-old brother biked to a nearby gas station to get soda and ice cream, and on their way home, a car hit London. She is now on a breathing machine with serious head injuries and a nose fracture. Now her family is asking for prayers.
He's been too good. I've seen him do too much in my life to not believe that he won't come and aid my child.
Investigators are still looking for the driver, who they say was in a dark-colored vehicle. We also know that the crash was captured on surveillance camera, but deputies have not yet released the footage.
A man accused of murder is now back in custody after he found a loophole with his ankle monitor. Clint Walker is accused of killing a game room security guard back in 2017 and was given bond with the stipulation of wearing an ankle monitor. Turns out Walker just stopped paying for the ankle monitor, and the company eventually repossessed it. Not only did they take it off, they even waited some time before telling officials. Walker went weeks undetected, but is back in custody tonight. And don't forget, Papa John's locations in Houston are still donating their profits to the family of the late Deputy Sandeep Dhaliwal. The fundraiser lasts through tomorrow. That includes all 78 locations around the Houston area, from Huntsville to Galveston, Katy to Baytown. The company says to be prepared for a longer wait time. Well, cracking down on bandit signs. Rosenberg officials don't want any more signs on utility poles. In fact, the mayor is threatening to fine you if you're caught posting one.
Okay, so what can you do if you see these signs in your neighborhood? ABC13's Nick Notario is in Rosenberg with more.
Just take a look at some of the signs that were collected by Rosenberg code enforcement today. Only a few hours to get all of these signs. The city is fed up with seeing them around and considering writing $2,000 tickets, even if you just have a garage sale sign. But the city is also asking neighbors to help them out to avoid going that route. Drive around Rosenberg and it's hard to miss the 8x10 advertising.
A lot of people don't have money to do, regular advertising.
It makes them look trashy when they fall, like when they fall down or stuff like that.
There's only one view when it comes to Rosenberg's city officials. Bandit signs placed on right-of-ways and utility poles break city code, and officials want them removed.
There are so many because we do pick them up every single day. We normally have a dumpster full. It's just a problem that we're trying to address.
Recently, the Rosenberg mayor told neighbors on a now deleted social media post that the problem is so bad the city should crack down on garage sale signs as well. He says code enforcement could write tickets. If caught, placing a sign outside your property could land you a $2,000 fine.
I think that's ridiculous. I think that money, fining someone, could be for something else.
We're not there yet, and we haven't issued any citations to date, but if it becomes a problem, that is a route we may take in the future.
On social media, the mayor also asked neighbors for help. He says if you see someone get out of their car and place a sign on a utility pole or on a right-of-way, get out your smartphone, take a photo of their license plate, and contact police. City officials say it's even better if you call code enforcement, or if you see that a sign is illegally placed, you can take it out and throw it away yourself. The city is hosting a bandit sign cleanup event next month. Awareness, it hopes, will reduce the problem because it doesn't want to advertise $2,000 tickets for neighbors using garage sale signs.
I mean, a fine makes sense, but not a $2,000 fine. Not that high. That is extreme.
The citywide cleanup to get rid of all these in Rosenberg is going to take place on November 2nd. Now, as for political signs, a number of you have asked me on social media, that is different. There's a different ordinance that comes to those. Those are allowed to be out, but only for a certain time period before and after the election. In Rosenberg, Nick Notario, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, if you were anywhere near the city during rush hour, you either saw or heard the storm as it moved through, bringing some downpours and thunder along with it.
Yeah, look at this view from Sky Eye. So what can we expect for the rest of the evening? Here's our chief meteorologist, Travis Herzog. Travis?
It likely stays dry most areas south of I-10, but north of I-10, there's still some of those showers rumbling along. 79 at Bush Airport, where there's still some rain falling down. Galveston, you should stay dry. You're at 84 with a heat index of 91. Here's the zoomed out view of our live Mega Doppler 13. And you can see lots of heavy thunder showers north of I-10. In fact, we've had some severe storms in the vicinity of Lufkin. Everything here is moving off to the west, caught up in an east wind, blowing this stuff our way from Louisiana. So more lighting than breaking out now around spring as this thunder shower has gotten a little bit of new life, tracking there westward along the Grand Parkway towards Tomball and Klein. And we're seeing a few more rain showers working their way towards the 59 corridor off to the northeast of Houston from New Caney over towards Cleveland and Shepherd. Might get in on some of those thunder showers that are continuing to track westward. But when you look south of I-10, there's just not a whole lot of activity happening. Most of this will quiet down in the next few hours. Should be dry to start Friday with temperatures in the mid-70s, low 80s down along the upper Texas coastline. And the roof will be closed at Minute Maid Park tomorrow with high temperatures in the low 90s. It's going to be feeling very un-October-like tomorrow afternoon. And once again, in the late afternoon, there could be some showers that pop up. This is a look at how much rain could fall the next 24 hours. And notice you see some shades of blue popping up northeast of Houston, indicating the possibility of about an inch of rain. We're now tracking two cold fronts that we believe will impact us over the next 10 days. The first is now on the west coast. This is what we would call a Pacific cool front. It mainly brings in a big push of drier air that begins to filter in on Monday. You'll notice a huge change in terms of how it feels by Tuesday morning next week. And now there's a stronger cold front crossing out of Russia into Alaska. That one's going to be able to tug down some colder air over Canada, which would bring us even chillier temperatures to follow, not this weekend, but the following weekend. This weekend is going to feel like summer with the high 91 both days. Monday, only a 30% chance of rain with the front. Doesn't look like a huge rainmaker, but it will deliver the goods with significantly drier air. It'll be crisp and pleasant Tuesday morning, down to 62 with a high of 82. Wednesday looks to be our coolest morning now with upper 50s and low 60s. And then it does look a little bit warmer than we had earlier advertised for Thursday because of that second cold front. Starts to draw in Gulf moisture ahead of it, and then it pushes it right back out to where by next weekend, we might be dealing with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. I love it.
We are looking forward to that, Travis. Thanks a lot. Okay, the Astros begin their World Series run tomorrow afternoon, but we want to get you caught up on everything you need to know before you head to Minute Maid Park.
ABC 13's Deborah Wrigley has more on Playoffs 101.
What you need to know if you're coming out to the games, there are going to be traffic challenges. Some of the streets already shut down in preparation. What you also need to know is the Astros want to turn Houston orange in preparation for these games. There are a lot of ways inside there to do it. Merchandise to fit any fan style, even those who traveled a long way to be here.
Come from Canada. Got some koozies, got a shirt. You know, cold weather, we need a hoodie.
Caps in every color of the rainbow.
I think I'm gonna go with the blue.
People looking today for what they'll wear to the first Division Series game tomorrow.
Maybe a shirt, a collared shirt for my husband, and then they're pretty good at keeping some baby gear around too, so we like to grab her some stuff as well.
Starting at 10 in the morning, the postseason street festival starts before the game. There'll be a second festival before Saturday's game as well, but a game ticket is required for entry. And be aware Crawford Street is closed in front of the stadium, portions of Texas Avenue as well, and parking is limited. The Contreras family has been through postseasons before. Their advice for those coming here over the next 2 days.
We come rail, so it's easy for us instead of having to get down here and try to park in the traffic. It gets pretty rough around this time.
Deborah Wrigley, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
We are ready, and thank you for getting caught up with us tonight on the Evening News.
And be sure to join us at 10 o'clock tonight on ABC 13. Good night.